And this mask really helps keep my face not frozen, except it's causing my eyebrows and hair to frost. 2022 has been an interesting year for me. I finally started taking my health seriously and I started lifting in May. Right now I've been on a bulk for about 7 months, and right now I weigh about 88.4 kilograms or 195 pounds. And to my best estimate, I'm at a 25 to 30% body fat percentage. When I started my bulk, aka when I started lifting, I was at around 80 kilograms or 176 pounds at a very skinny fat body composition. And I'm ending it around 88.4 kilograms. I definitely gained more fat than what was necessary. It wasn't a perfect lean bulk, but it wasn't a very good one either. But because I started very skinny fat, I've gotten more fat than I want to be. So I want to lean down now to set myself up for the next bulk. And that's where the topic of today's video comes in. I'm going to try walking 25,000 steps for a week while eating at a deficit. I'm going to be eating around 1,700 calories, which is about 700 calories lower than my maintenance. And according to some calculators online, 25,000 steps would burn about 1,200 calories for somebody that's my size. I know it's extreme, but I'm only doing it for a week, and I'm hoping that because I'm carrying a lot of body fat, I won't be risking much muscle loss, at least at the start. So this is morning of day one, so I got back home from a very heavy day of eating, so I'm as bloated as I can be. So I'm gonna go on a walk and see what happens. Okay, I just got home after running an errand, and apparently I've only walked 15,000 steps. I was honestly hoping it would be 24 already. And the bigger problem is that it's fucking cold. My face is freezing. And I have to do 10,000 more steps today. So it's been about an hour since I came back and my stomach's growling like crazy, even though I ate before I left. And while I was on my walk, I started feeling weak. So I grabbed a snack, like a 500 calorie snack. And that was like most of my carbs for the day. And that actually helped me not feel weak anymore. I never stopped walking. I ate while I was walking, and that like gave me energy mid-walk. But like now that I'm home, I'm still feeling really hungry. More hungry than I expected, probably because walking like 15,000 steps probably actually did burn a lot of calories. Alright guys, it's looking like I'm gonna have to end the day at about 22,000 steps. It's about 8:30 p.m. and it's like negative 30 degrees outside Celsius. So it's almost impossible to walk outside. I tried doing some steps at home, but my apartment's not big enough to walk for a relatively long time without having to turn so much that you end up getting dizzy. I'll make up the steps tomorrow, at least I'll try. I'm gonna need to buy some more clothes for the cold because I don't have a hat or gloves, because I usually don't need those stuff. This challenge is a lot harder than I expected, but the reason why it's hard is because of the climate, not because the 25,000 steps itself is really hard. It looks like on average it'll take me about 4 hours. That's a lot of time to commit to something like this, but I should be able to do it. Hunger wise, I don't really feel that bad, even though I've eaten at a deficit and I've probably burned a lot from walking as well. So depending on how many calories I burned from walking, I should be at like a massive deficit, like worse than crash dieting, but I don't really feel that bad. But let's see how I feel at the end of the challenge. Well, it's the morning of day 2 and I don't feel particularly bad, even though I technically ate at a 1900 calorie deficit. That is if the app is accurate about how many calories I burned from walking. But today, since I missed the target by like 2700 steps, I'm gonna have to make that up today. My plan for today is to get like almost all the steps that I need like right now when it's warm outside, because yesterday I made the mistake of leaving like around like 10,000 steps later, so I honestly couldn't deal with the cold anymore. But right now it should be like minus 18 degrees, not like 30, because it's still morning. And also I'm gonna eat some carbs before I leave, because yesterday I didn't. I felt weak in the middle, so I had to go buy something. My face is freezing. It's only been 8,000 steps and I feel like I'm gonna die. I don't know why I had to do this challenge in the middle of winter. This is seriously hell. I haven't felt my face for like the last 30 minutes. And I struggled to recover myself while walking. And also, if it Sounds like I'm struggling to speak. That's because my face muscles are so frozen. It's kind of hard to move them. Okay, I'm home and I've done roughly 14,000 steps, which is a lot less than what I was hoping for. I just can't deal with the cold. It's so fucking cold. My legs feel fine. They're tired, but I can keep walking. It's almost 3 p.m. I'm just gonna have to tough it out, I guess. I just gotta make sure to go on another walk before it gets too cold outside. So I'm back. I did manage to reach the 25,000 steps, but I didn't reach 27,000 to make up for day one, which I guess I'll have to make up for that tomorrow. I feel really tired, but tomorrow is an off day for my weightlifting. I lift 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday, so that should help a little bit. I got like around the last 5,000 steps when it was really cold, and I managed to obtain some stuff that might help it be a little bit easier. Anyway, see you guys on the next day. Okay, this is the morning of day 3, and today it looks like it's gonna be the coldest this week. Right now the weather forecast is saying it's gonna be minus 16 degrees at the warmest at around 2 p.m. Right now it's almost 10 a.m. and it's closer to minus 20 degrees. So I'm gonna go on a walk now, and I'm gonna absolutely get all my steps in now, because there's absolutely no way for me to get in any steps anytime else without it being too cold. I still feel really good. I don't feel particularly hungry or weak. I noticed that if I go on a walk without having much carbs, I do feel weak, like maybe like 2 hours into it. So I'm gonna make sure to eat now and then go on a 4-hour walk. I'm hoping to make up for the missing steps from day one, which is about like 2,700 steps. Okay, I think I'm about 12,000 steps in, and this mask really helps keep my face not frozen, except it's causing my eyebrows and hair to frost. So I got back home at around 16,000 steps. I was hoping to finish the entire thing, but it's much colder than it was the past 2 days, even during the day. Having a mask on helped because it prevented my face from getting frozen, but it was actually cold enough that my thighs started getting cold. So I decided to come back home, drop off a vegetable that I bought, and put on some more pants. Okay, I'm back. I did about a little over 26,000 steps so far. To cover the missing steps from day one, I need 27,700. But the pants that I put on started chafing my inner thighs, and that was kind of painful. So I'm just gonna do the remaining 1,500 steps in my apartment. My apartment's too small to do many steps in, because you kind of have to keep walking in a circle, but 1,500 steps shouldn't be that bad. Right now I'm feeling kind of tired because I basically did the 26,000 steps in one go. When I came back into my apartment, I only stayed for like 10 minutes and then left again. It's not the same feeling as the feeling of being weak that happened in day one. I think that's different. Anyway, I'll show you guys the screenshot from the end of today, and I'll see you guys next morning. Okay guys, this is the morning of day 4, and I think I'm kind of screwed. I ended up sleeping until like 2 p.m. So it's already gotten pretty late in the day. So I don't know how cold it's gonna get before I get all my steps in. And second, when I went to bed yesterday, my feet were really tired, but they were not in any pain. Right now, my left foot, especially right around the heel and the left side, is really painful for me to walk. Like I cannot walk without a limp right now. It was worse yesterday, and I tried to rest it as much as I could before I go on my walk, but now it's getting too late and I have to walk. I'm gonna try to get as many steps in before it becomes too painful. Hopefully the pain won't be too much before I get my 25,000 steps. We'll see. Okay, I'm about 6,000 steps in, and the pain in my left foot is starting to get unbearable. so I decided to sit down. Okay, I'm about halfway done, and the pain is still killing me, but it's not getting any worse. It's been the same since about 6,000 steps, and the funny thing is, if I keep walking and don't stop, the pain is fine. It's manageable. But if I stop and rest for a few minutes and then start walking, the pain starts off extremely high. I don't know what the hell that is. But I discovered a neat psychological trick. Instead of thinking of it as me having to do 25,000 steps, I think of it as I have to do 12,500 steps walking away from my home. So by the time I'm done with that, all I gotta do is walk back, and instead of thinking of having 12,500 steps to do left, I just think of the objective as survive. Okay, I'm home at around 23,500 steps. My feet are killing me, and not only are my feet in so much pain, the tiredness spread into my calves. I'm gonna try to get the rest of the steps in just walking around my apartment, because I am not going out there again. Okay, I finished my steps for today. I had to go out to finish it because I was walking around my apartment and realized it would just be easier to go out. Today's actually not that cold. I looked at the weather forecast, or rather what the weather was like, I guess, and it was actually 2 degrees warmer than predicted, minus 14 degrees instead of 16. And the other thing was that there was no wind whatsoever, so even at like 9:30 p.m. it wasn't that cold for me to get my last 1,500 steps in, I think. I'm a little over 25k now. I also did like half my regular workout. I'm kind of still like really tired, so I just did the compounds and called it a day. And also the foot pain is starting to go away. I've been massaging my foot like non-stop. I'm hoping my feet will have recovered by the time it's time for a walk tomorrow, which is in about 12-13 hours. Anyway, when I came home today, I was like really considering quitting because I thought I would get injured, but given how the pain seems to be going away, I think I'm gonna stick it out. Well, it's the morning of day 6 and I'm hopeful. Actually, it's not morning, it's almost 3 p.m. My feet are in a better condition today than it was yesterday. Somehow they managed to recover. I'm not walking with a limp at all, whereas yesterday, before my walk, I was walking with a limp inside my apartment barefoot. And when I got outside, it was even worse. Right now, the weather forecast is pretty bad. It says it's minus 14 degrees, which is the same as yesterday's warmest point, but the wind is 6.8 meters per second. I don't know how much that is in American, but it should be pretty warm through the rest of the day. So hopefully today will be an easier day of walking than yesterday. I was walking in a park and I thought I was still in the park, but I don't think so. There's a power station here. There's the park. How the hell did I get outside the boundaries? It's pretty warm out here. Maybe it's because I'm finally walking in a secluded place with just snow. The white snow reflects light into your face, right? I forgot my mask, but it's not cold enough for that to be a problem. At least not yet. So when I started walking, the pain actually immediately came back, like almost immediately onto my left foot. So I had to power through that, and now the pain is moderate. And I'm afraid that if I stop, it'll come back again. I'm also starting to find this really boring, like walking 4 hours a day. This is day 5. I think I might find even getting 10,000 steps a day boring, because that's what, like 90 minutes of walking. Oh, I'm 20,000 steps in the home stretch, but it's night out now, or at least evening, and my face is freezing. I really shouldn't have forgot my mask. Okay, I'm back at the end of day 5. I'm a little over 24,000 steps, so I got like 600 left to go. The pain was moderate throughout the entire walk. It would like Wasn't as bad as yesterday, but still pretty bad. I'm gonna massage my foot even more tonight. I'm hoping to get a decent quality workout in after I rest a little bit. But tomorrow and Sunday should be easier because I don't have a regularly scheduled workout, but I'll do the exercise that I skipped. Oh, also one thing, walking in the cold apparently makes your hands drier than Ben Shapiro's wife. Like, look at this. So I had to go get some lotion. I'll see you guys next morning. Okay, it's morning of Saturday, day 6, and I'm pretty excited for today because it's only negative 12 degrees today, and it's almost 12 p.m., so it's actually already minus 9 degrees. It also says that there's rain today, but I don't hear anything outside. And since I'm up early enough, I should be able to get in all the steps I need before it goes dark. So I'm back home at around 9,000 steps. I decided to come back home because I got some liver and I wanted to store it. And I'm gonna try eating some of it. I've never cooked liver myself before, but I loved it when my mom used to make it. But I'm only gonna have like 25 grams because that should be enough for like most of my vitamin A intake. Okay, we're at the end of day 6. I'm about 200 steps from being done. I'm frying some burgers in the kitchen because I haven't eaten in almost 12 hours. Bad idea, by the way. Aside from that 25 grams of liver, we're definitely the home stretch. It's actually 8:30 p.m. So I finished pretty late, but it was pretty warm outside still. And the pain in my foot is definitely going away. I don't even feel it anymore. It's more the tiredness that's getting me and the boredom. And I don't know why, but my upper body was really tired today. Maybe it's because I worked out. I'm pretty excited to be done with this challenge. Only got one more day left. I'll see you guys the next morning. Finally, we're at the morning of day 7. It's 11 a.m. and it's really warm outside. And I can't finally wait to be done with this shit. I haven't weighed myself all week and I have been sticking pretty close to my deficit. I did eat a little bit more for a couple of days, but I ate less yesterday and the day before that. So, we'll see. 6 days into my cut, and I still feel the devil watching me. 18,000 steps in, and I'm so tired, both physically and mentally. I can't wait to be done with this. Okay guys, I'm back at the end of this challenge and I have successfully completed all these steps necessary. But I have to take my weight tomorrow morning, hopefully after I poop. Time to weigh myself. What the fuck? Hey guys, present day work here. Apparently I did the conclusion of the video wrong because at the time when I recorded it, I used the app to tell me how many calories I burnt in 1 week by using the app's like own thing, but it captured the wrong weekly segment from when I did my walk, so I'm gonna have to record this part again. The app told me that I burnt 8,600 calories, but that's not true because it didn't include the last day, but it included the Sunday before I started walking the 25,000 steps. Anyway, the total calories that I burned is 10,077. Now, it's still what the app tells me, just, you know, when you add up the correct days. So I lost 2.9 kilograms. I went from 88.4 kilograms to 85.5. In the video, both weigh-ins are about 0.3 kilograms higher because that's when I'm holding my phone. Now, according to the math, I burned about 15,300 calories roughly, about 10,077 from the walking and the rest from the eating deficit. Now, this is a very heavy deficit, but it didn't feel as bad because most of it came from walking. I didn't feel particularly hungry, at least more than what I'd expect when I'm on a 700 calorie deficit from eating. Anyway, so at the end of the day, fat loss is calories in, calories out. So if I really did burn 15,300 calories, I should have lost about 2 kilograms of fat, or about 4.5 pounds. And my weigh-in was 2.9 kilograms lost, or 6.4 pounds. So best case scenario, I could have actually burned 2 kilograms of fat and lost the other 0.9 kilograms as water weight. But most likely I burned less. I don't believe I burned that many calories walking. The app probably tried its best to estimate, but it's probably not that high. Especially since I started cutting just now, so I would be expecting a lot of easy weight loss from water weight and glycogen. But just from the deficit from food, I should have lost about 0.7 kilograms of fat. So in reality, the amount of fat that I burned is probably in between 0.7 kilograms and 2 kilograms. But I'm hoping it's on the higher end because I can lose the 0.7 kilograms just from the food deficit. Anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. If you liked or disliked it, hit the buttons and hit the sub button if you want to see more of me. And if this is the first video of mine you're watching, I stream speedruns on Twitch almost every day, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go follow me there. See you guys later. Have a good one.